Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm calling the Zvi Rauh. We're going to finish off the class. Be'ezus Hashem right away. That's but the talks is the third portion from the talks of Parshas Matos-Masei, the second of Menachim, 51, excuse me. And we're talking about the concept of why we say strength, Chazak. We say three times at the end of the book of Bar Mitzvah. The Rebbe is talking about there's different levels of service of Hashem. One of the level how Hashem from above just reveals His greatness, and you're just basking in the glory of God. But it doesn't. When it goes away, it doesn't necessarily change the person. It does, but not the same way as if you work on yourself, and from below up. And that's also Chazak, that even when we're working on ourselves and we're in the world, and we have the things to work, going thing against us, we still stay holy and we're doing Hashem's work. And then that's the level of two, the movement Masor. And then we have the third level, the third Chazak, which is the level which is above all of them, which the level goes in the essence. When you're in the essence of God, everything works together. So that's what the level that we're talking about. We're talking about the union from Aharon Cohen, how he was this very special level. So before that, I'd just like to mention that right now, everybody, especially today, the whole world is like coming to Israel to help Israel. There's ships from the aircraft carriers, destroyers, and Russia's even talking to Iran. They shouldn't attack us. And we see that the last time we saw something like this was by the Gulf War. And the Rebbe said this is one of the biggest miracles, Nis and Flowers ever happened, that all the Goyim got together and fought the war for us. So Hashem should do it. I've spoke to many different people. The Rebbe said back then Israel is the safest place. I spoke recently to a person, a Rebbe, I'm very close with, he's my mashpia. I asked him what's going to be, so he's quoted the Rebbe, and he says Israel is the safest place to be in the world. There might be some property damage, the people won't get hurt. Baruch Hashem, we haven't seen very few Jews being affected by this. Even though they shoot hundreds of missiles, and we should see more and more needs in the flowers. This is like they're getting rid of the evil that just against Hashem. Hashem should bless us, that we see more and more miracles, and we should sing more and more songs of joy and hold on, thanksgiving to Hashem, how He's taking care of us. Ay ya ya, diddy ya 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 ya, diddy ya 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 ya. Ay ya ya ya, ay ya ya, diddy ya 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 ya, diddy ya ya, ay ya ya, ay ya ya, ay ya 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 ya, ay ya ya, ay ya 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 ya, ay ya 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 ya, ay ya ya. Ay ya ya ya, ay ya ya ya, ay ya 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 ya. This is called the Napoleon's Niggin. The Alter Rebbe took the power that's we talk about by a niggin, that is especially when it's by a country, it has a certain source. The source is in its source up above, and the source is also in his angel. So he said the Alter Rebbe took this niggin. There's Napoleon's March, and changed it into Chassidish Niggin, and took the power from the evil side to the good side. We say this right after Yom Kippur. Amazing Niggin. Anyway, so let's start. So right now, we're learning, as I said here, Parshas Matos, and it's the second day of Av. The second day of Menachim, 50 and 51. And we're starting now on chapter 12. So we started talking about by Aharon, how Aharon is very special. Aharon is the only one it says in the Torah, then in the 5 books of Moses, that it says the exact day he passed away and when it was. Even by Moses, Moshe Rabbeinu, or the Avos, the patriarchs, it doesn't say that. So it says it must, and we know that when a person passes away, especially a tzaddik, finishes his whole avoda, everything is revealed, that he finished everything. And what he brought to the world, he finished his service giving. What he brought to reveal godliness to each and every one of us, he's finished that, and we can all grab from that. So it says, it's also hinted, the type of service he had, it was hinted to be Also, it's on the 5th month and on the first day. And we talked about the idea of 5, that there's the idea of 3, there's 1, which is Hashem. 2 is when you get the world which appears to be against. 3 is that when the level of how you reveal godliness in all the world, even those that are against become for you. And the Rebbe says 4, the 4th redemption, it's like a chair with four legs is stronger, means it's even, because 3 you still have to do with negativity, even though you want to know 4 is further removed. And he says the highest level is 5. Says that sometimes they count the redemption as 5, and the 5 is the level of how everything's revealed, that you're standing right in Hashem's house and everything's revealed. And so this level of 5, so that's what he says, that Moshe Rabbeinu was and not Moshe Rabbeinu, Aaron Cohen, that he passed away on the 5th month is high level. On the 1st of the month, which has to do with God himself, our God as Hashem, and this shows the power of Aaron. So what did Aaron do? So let's go see. I think I've learned the Sikh. I think this is. Yeah, okay, let's go into Sikh. Okay. So number 12. According to this, we can explain the connection of the level of the service of Aaron to the day of his passing, the 5th month on the first day of the month. The 5th month is connected to the 5th level, which is above the division of Seder's Tashis, above all the worlds. It says the 5th Taparo, and all the godly lights burst forward and are revealed from him, as mentioned in chapter 4. So at this level, there's a level when you talks about the house of Paro and holiness. When you look further, it's very much more in detail in Parshas Boa. I have this on the internet. It explains it much more in detail. But this level, when you're in Hashem's house, when you're sitting with Hashem, in his house, everything's revealed. There's even the hidden lights, and it's revealed away and bursting forward. There's something that's totally beyond the creation of the world. So this is the 5th month, has to be, this level is the level tied into Aaron. He's this special level. And on the first day of the month, within the 5th month itself, is connected to the level of unity which transcends division, as is emphasized in the content of Rosh Chodesh, one day. That Rosh Chodesh means the head of the month, means everything is included in the head, and the month of Abed has one day, which it transcends division. So this level of the Rosh, the head, is beyond division, and therefore includes all the days of the month. So Rebbe says, and we may say, which is a Kiddush, that the fact that the Torah writes, especially that Aaron's passing, the culmination, the completeness of his service was on the 5th month, on the first day of the month, hints to the main aspect of all his deeds, Torah and service that he did all the days of his life. 1. First, that it transcends division, beyond division, and unifies all division levels, both in the union of aspects of the service of drawing down and raising up in Birkos Kohanim, and also in the unity of all the specific levels that are in all the Jewish people. The Rebbe is saying here, what's this level, the first day, and that it transcends everything. So we talked about by Birkos Kohanim, that there are levels that they transcend everything. That's why they can give both a bracha, a blessing, we said in the last lesson, and also a tefillah. So it brings down this unity, and to all the different levels, something that's beyond everything, into all levels, into us living now. We receive this. It's emphasized in the clouds of glory which were in his merit. By Aaron, he had Moshe by his merit. Moses by his merit was the man, the bread from heaven, and Miriam was the water everybody drank. But Aaron had the cloud, and the clouds of glory covered everybody. It was equal. Emphasized that the clouds of glory which were in his merit, as well as in his special service, not only did he get it because he's special, because what he did in the world, he loved peace and pursued peace, which all this is accomplished by a level that is above and beyond the division of the levels. This is beyond everything in God himself. The 5th level, above and beyond the 3rd level, we talked about, and the 4th level, where the connection to the two aspects is evident. By the third level, we see that it's fighting, that they had two levels, that it's trying to combine godliness with that's against the negative. That is evident, as mentioned in above chapter 4. We may add that the fifth month on the first day of the month, which includes all the days of the month, that's Rosh Chodesh, the head, is the preparation for the all-embracing service of Ani L'Dodi V'Dodi Li. I'm for my beloved, and my love is for me. Right now, where Ab is the month before Elul. Elul is the month right before Rosh Hashanah. It's the month of that we do contemplation and we make an accounting, and it's a level that we arouse our love for Hashem from below, and we show Hashem how much we love Him. And then He says, then V'Dodi Li, then He gives us back His great in a much greater way. So He says over here, but then in the month of Elul, the words Elul means Ani L'Dodi, I'm to my beloved, V'Dodi Li, and my beloved is to me. This is the word. So He says this is. So what's the service? How do we do both of these levels at one time? So He's saying this is from the level of the month of the first day of the fifth month. My beloved, which starts on Rosh Chodesh Elul, I'm for my beloved, and continues in the month of Tishrei, my beloved is for me. First we serve Hashem, then Hashem gives us back, due to the essential point of unity which transcends division in the fifth month of the first day, beyond both, which through it the union of the two aspects is accomplished. Now we took two different through revealing a level that's beyond everything, that light that just includes everything, all levels, and more in detail, that the two levels in love, namely from below to above, and from above to below, I'm for my beloved, Ani L'Dodi V'Dodi Li, my beloved is for me, which my beloved denotes the concept of love. Love, my beloved, I love so much. Hashem, I love Him, He loves me so much. Come after the preference of the abundant love which is above Seder's Tashlus. We said earlier that Aharon was a level of above the world, beyond the creations of the world. The kindness from Aharon, whose day of passing is in the fifth month on the first day. The Rebbe is explaining how the specialness of the love of Aharon, and this level of love, this level of abundant love is a level that's beyond all the different levels, and it's able to combine the two. One of the instructions now we're in number 13. One of the instructions from the above with regard to action presently on Shabbos Chazak of the fourth book, upon which we start also the fifth book, and especially when it occurs in the fifth month, in which emphasizes the strength of the future of the Beis Hamikdash and the future redemption. So this year now, it didn't start in the fifth month. We didn't Shabbos Chazak. What was it? Shabbos Chazak. No, the year when the Rebbe said this, Shabbos Chazak was on the first day. It was in the beginning of Av, but it's not this year. But anyways, he says in this case we had the fifth month, and it was emphasized and it started, and we were reading starting the fifth book, and it shows us the special strength of future Beis Hamikdash. For it is only a third redemption. For it is not only a third redemption, but also a fourth redemption, including a fifth redemption, as it is completely above and beyond the divisions of levels of the first and second Beis Hamikdash. First and second redemption, as mentioned above in chapter 6. Therefore, there must be a special emphasis regarding the essential point of unity, which transcends division. So everybody's talking about avoda. So what's this teach us? That we have to have a special level of how much mamash we're one with each other. I'm one with you, I'm one with everybody. Level that transcends any level. And this is expected in the actual deed through the going in the ways of Aharon, whose days of the passing was just on the fifth month and the first day of the month. As the instructions it says in the Mishnah. In Tractate Avos, it says, be of the disciples of Aharon, who loves peace and pursues peace and loves the creations and brings them close to Torah, through revealing the essential point of unity which transcends division. Now you reveal in them how they're mamish God's special creations, a level that's beyond anything, that the essence of God is revealed in them, and more in detail, based on the precise expression of the Mishnah. Be of the disciples of Aharon 1. Be, it says heavy. It says you should be. What's it mean? It's a commandment that this is not only a story regarding a pious behavior, as is the central matter in matters in Prakti Avos, rather it's command and instruction. So the Rebbe is saying in general, when we read the ethics of the Father, it's telling us good things to do. But it's not commanding us to do them. Not everybody can do the different levels. But it's telling you this is a good idea. If you follow this, you're going to be a better person. But it's not saying that it's a mitzvah, you have to do it. But the Rebbe says over here, be means it's a commandment. And so therefore we have to be this level. We have to reach a level and love each other from abundant love. That's what he's saying. Each and every one has a commandment to do that. The Rebbe's Machadish, and we may say that the spectrum B, that it should be, includes also the granting permission and the ability. So when it says we should be this way, it also gives the power to do this. To be the disciples of Aharon, that's one level. So we should be, it's a commandment. 2, of the disciples of Aharon. What does it mean of the disciples of Aharon? Specifically in the plural and not a student. It says the Talmid. Oh man. So it says we should, number 2, it says that we should be of the disciples of Aharon specifically in the plural and not as in others. We should be of his students. We could say you should learn from Aharon. You should be his student. And therefore, what did he do? He loved everybody with the eternal love. But the Rebbe is saying over here, it's something special. He's saying, it doesn't say student, you should be of the students. What's that mean? That his effort is conducting himself, and similar to Aharon, is together with many other people. Not only I should do it, but everybody should be doing this. And through this, there is a greater addition, and through this, there's a greater addition in this due to the concept of jealousy among the sages generates increased knowledge, greatly increases, specifically, what Rebbe is talking, there's a concept, generally you're not supposed to be jealous. But when by the sages, one is jealous of the other, he sees things much better, he understands things much better. I'm jealous of him, and I'm going to study more and get better than him and become jealous and do more than he does. In other words, it increases. Jealousy and holiness is a good thing. So the Rebbe is saying here, from the way I understand this, is that somebody has this great love. I mean, I do a lot of nice things. I help a lot of people out. I have an app to where people write in, the Rebbe saves lives. I give out water. And, I've had a few people, really wonderful people here, that saw what I'm doing, that told me they're jealous of me. They're jealous of me because they wish they could do this. The Rebbe is saying here, you see somebody that's very beautiful and amazing, doing wonderful things, you're supposed to be jealous of him. You're supposed to be jealous of him and say, I'm jealous of you and I'm going to do more than you're doing. So everybody, see, this person's giving his life over to help all the Jewish people. He says, I'm going to do more than it. This is the level that he's saying. He's comparing this concept that we have by Torah's call. It's an amazing concept. It's it says, what's it mean? And through this, there is a greater addition in this due to the concept of jealousy among the sages, greatly increases wisdom. Greatly increases, what's it mean? Specifically, with the true great increase, what's it mean? Is boundless, meaning not only in a matter with all your might, we say b'chal modecha, your might, although in his friend's eyes it's limited, rather that it is boundless manner also in the friend's eyes. Somebody could do with all his power to do something, and somebody's looking at him doing it, says, well, that's limited. He's doing with what he can do, but he's still limited. He says, no, this is a level that you can see somebody doing something in a boundless manner, also in his friend's eyes. The other disciples of Aharon, to the extent that is connected to true might, boundlessness. Let's go over this again. Very amazing sentence, very thing. Okay, it's number two. We're on paragraph 13. Number 2, it says you should be of the disciples of Aharon, specifically in plural and not a student. That his effort in conducting himself similar to Aharon is together with the many other people, not just everybody's doing wonderful stuff. And through this, there is a greater addition, how it brings much more. Why? In this, due to the concept of jealousy among the sages, greatly increases wisdom. that we have a concept that says that when the sage is jealous of another person understanding of Torah and mitzvahs, he gets jealous and he wants to even learn more, even to more than this person. The greatly increases means specifically in the true greatness, what's really increasing, specifically a true increase is boundless. That's when it's the great increase, that beyond limitations, meaning that not only in a matter with all your might. So when we say that he's doing all he can do, he's amazing, but he's doing all his might, but it's limited. Although in his friend's eyes it is limited. Rather, that it is in his boundless manner. Also, in his friend's eyes, the person sees that he's just beyond the tzaddik. He's just helping everybody. He's just like real chassid, doing everything he can do to change the world. That the other disciples of Aharon, to the extent that is connected to the true and the might boundlessness. That he's connected with the true unlimited of the Eibishter. And we may say that the emphasis on we may add and emphasize that the connection of Ahavas Israel, the love of your fellow Jew, to the future redemption, not only because that it nullifies the exile, is by that nullification of exile is by nullifying the reason for the exile. It says the reason we're in exile is because we had seen his chinam. We just hated people for no reason. We had hatred. So therefore, to take that away, that we don't need our goals, we have to have true love, which this came due to because the nullification of the exile is by nullifying the reason for the exile, which came due to the opposite of Ahavas Israel. Maybe the Rebbe doesn't say, he uses in Elisha, he doesn't say because we're sinners or we hated him. He says the opposite of Ahavas Israel. For as we stand after the completion of our deeds and service throughout the time of exile, after completing all the 42 travels in the deserts of the nations, I mean, that has to do all the problems to deal with the going of the nations on the world. And we are already standing on the Yarden of Yerecho, and we're standing which is the level of Mashiach. We're standing the special high level, which is the Morach Vadai. That Mark Vadai that he senses the correct decision on the threshold of redemption. We're standing right there. It is certain that the reason for the exile has already been rectified. There's no reason for it to be. And therefore, the emphasis of Ahavas Yisrael, this is an amazing thing Rebbe is saying, is as a taste, moreover, a beginning of the true and complete redemption, which is connected to the essential point of unity, which transcends division, emphasizes in the unity of the Jewish people from the perspective, the aspect of Yechidah, the fifth level, which is in each and every Jew equally, of the Jewish people equally. It's a spark in the soul of Mashiach, the Yechidah of the Jewish people in general. So Rebbe is saying something amazing. The whole of our Malchus, Rebbe is saying how we're an amazing level. So this I was explaining, that there's a level of, generally we're talking about to get rid of the gullahs. We weren't nice to each other. We didn't do things the highest level of loving one another, just some not good things. So therefore, if we're just loving each other, nice to each other, take care of each other, this is the reason that the exile will go away. But the Rebbe says we've already done this. So now we're in a higher level, the Rebbe says. Now it says that our love has to be a love, not only like a love that we love one another, but our love has to be a level that is tied into our essence of our soul, how our essence of our soul loves the world, or loves Hashem, Yechidah, how we're mamish one with God. And this is the level that we have to practice, be this level of Mashiach love. We have to be this level with one another, the level of Yechidah, because when you reveal this level in yourself, of Mashiach that's in yourself, then it helps reveal the Mashiach in the whole world. And according to this, we may say also in the explanation, and it says over there that he should bring them, the Aharon should bring them close to Torah. So this means bringing them close to Torah study of the future redemption. This is a new sequence in the Torah will be revealed by me. So Rebbe says this is something, a chiddush, a very big thing the Rebbe is saying, never said before. That what means we're supposed to bring people to the Torah? It means we bring people to the inner essence of the Torah, the Hasidus, like what we're learning now. By learning now this, what the Rebbe is teaching us, we're bringing everybody to the Mashiach's Torah, to the new Torah. Now we number 14. And we may connect this with the words of the Mishnah. This amazing thing. In the tractate Shabbos, in the chapter of Shabbos, Rabbi Shimon says, be careful with the reading of Shema and with prayer. So generally, the Rebbe is going to say they have a concept, Rebbe Shimon ben Rebbe Shimon ben Yachai. The Rebbe Shimon is, when we say generally, Rebbe Shimon ben Yachai. So when we say this, when we're talking about him, that it means that he used to learn Torah, and he was a master in learning Torah, and it was so special, and it was so tied into learning Torah that he did everything by learning Torah, and he didn't have to stop for anything. They didn't even stop for prayer. So it says, so that's generally when you say, that's Reb Shimon ben Yochai, but Shimon ben Yochai. So when it says Shimon, Reb Shimon, generally in the Mishnah, it means it's referring to him. But this place, it wasn't that person, it was another Shimon. So why does it just say his name, Shimon? Now that's what he's going to explain. He says that a person that if he's not on this level, that he's all given over learning Torah, so he has to break for Shema and for prayer. But when he breaks it, he should be the same level, totally given over. Let's see what it says. The Reb Shimon of our Mishnah is Rabbi Shimon ben Nathaniel, who is counted before it among the 5 disciples of Yochanan ben Zakkai. And in the connection, in the continuation comes their statements, and they said 3 things. And it's called here simply by Reb Shimon to hint that his connection to Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, for whoever says Rabbi Shimon without specifying which one, he refers to Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, and that this is Torah study is his occupation. That's all he does, including and especially in the learning of the inner dimension of Torah, like Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, the master of the Zohar. And we find that Rabbi Shimon ben Nathaniel began and expounded on Ma'asim Merkava, the celestial mystical expositions. So it says he was also, Rabbi Shimon ben Nathaniel was also a very special level. Was talking about the Ma'asim Merkava, the talks about the spiritual things in the world, the making of the spiritual chariot, and the reason Reb Shimon emphasized be careful with the reading of Shema and with prayer, although that seemingly he should have emphasized to be careful with the learning of Torah in a matter that his Torah study is his occupation. For the conduct of the Torah for the conduct of his Torah is his occupation. That's all I do. And as such, that one that does not stop for the reading of Shema and prayer is a special conduct relevant to only certain special people, even among those who were the Torah is their occupation. And therefore, the Rabbi Shimon needs to warn his disciples and all the Jewish people, is a very special thing, that they should be careful in the reading of Shema and the prayer, as was explained at length elsewhere. So in other words, he's saying that just like when you're learning, with your level of Rebbe Shimon bar Yochai, or Rebbe Shimon ben Nathaniel, and you're just learning Torah, and that's your occupation, that's what you do, you learn Torah, that's your business, that's your whole being. So therefore you don't break for Shema and for prayer. But he says, somebody's not by this level, it's not really this level, that's not who he really is. So therefore he does have to break for Shema and tefillah, say Shema and prayer. So when he does it, he has to do it in a way that he's totally given over. And we can explain the precision of the expression. Be careful. What's it mean, careful, the Rebbe emphasized? The reading of Shema and prayer. Zahir says careful. Specifically is an idiom for Zohar. When it says Zahir in Hebrew, it's also the idea of radiance, the light of Zohar, the radiance of the heaven. That although that the main phenomena of the radiance and the light is accomplished by learning of Torah, Torah is light. So how do we bring God's light in the world? By learning Torah. Especially when the learning is in a manner that his Torah is his occupation, that he is the whole essence of the occupation, is Torah of light. That's all he does is spread light of godliness. That's all he is. Nevertheless, Rabbi Shimon makes an effort for the good of those who have not yet reached the level of Torah. His Torah is in his occupation. So Rabbi Shimon, what's he saying? That also they will have the phenomenon of radiance. How do they get this radiance of godliness if not the Torah? They're not learning day and night and light through the reading of Shema. So how do we reach this special level of Shimon's telling us? Through the reading of Shema and the prayer. To the extent that they will eventually also reach the radiance and the light of his Torah in his occupation. Similar to the content of the saying, be up the disciples of Aharon, love the creations, included also merely the creations, only look at the creations that have nothing else, and bring them close to Torah. The Rebbe is saying another thing, amazing thing here. He said, he's explaining what Shimon says, that when you're learning and when you're davening and when you're saying Shema, you should do it with your whole being. And if you do this with your whole being, you'll come to reach even a higher level. Hashem will even bring to a higher level that your level of the Zohar, that your level of just studying Torah day and night, that your occupation, that you're just radiant godliness, everything you're doing. We have that. My Moshe, maybe an example is by Moshe Rabbeinu, especially when he came down from Har Sinai and his face was lit up. He was just totally radiating Torah. And we may say that interesting. This the Rebbe brings in a later sikha. When I'm thinking about it, what's the relevance here? The relevance here is it said when Moshe Rabbeinu would talk Torah, he would light up, and the Jews would just receive from him. I once had an experience by Lubavitcher Rebbe that he would always look at me. When the later years after he was sick, he used to come up on the balcony and come out for a few minutes. Usually 4 or 5 minutes, 3, 4, and he'd just look at people. One look would change you. The Rebbe looked at me a lot of those times. I would come a couple times a month. So he stared at me and he gave me a look, and I was like totally energized. It's like I just was totally beyond energized. And I remember we used to live it was about an 8-hour drive from New York, from Crown Heights. So we used to after Motzi Shabbos, Saturday night drive in all night. We'd see the Rebbe about 2, 3 o'clock for Mincha. And then we'd go back and we'd drive back. When we're going back, the sun would come up. So I remember going back and I was just so energized. When the sun was come up, it says Hashem makes the world anew every day. And I felt that, I experienced it. So this is the level that we're talking about, that we're this special level. We're a special level now, that this most special level of ever before. Rebbe saying this is beyond belief where we're at. And how do you reach this special level? That you're totally given over to your prayers. The Reb Shimon says, when you're totally given over, and be careful with your prayers and Shema, and you're careful in saying it, and you're given over, so you reach even the higher level, and it will help you reach it even a higher and higher level. And we may say, the Rebbe says something new here, that the instruction and the empowerment for being careful in the reading of Shema and the prayer of Rebbe Shimon, whose Torah is his occupation, namely, that Rebbe Shimon, whose Torah is his occupation, infuses his radiance and the light, the radiance of the heaven, in the reading of Shema and prayer, is drawn forth from the level of unity which is above and beyond division, which through it is accomplished the union of the two aspects of service, Torah drawing down from above to below, and prayer raising from below to above. So let's go over this again. V'yesh name of the Rav. The Rebbe is saying is over here, it's explaining over here, that the idea of Torah and the break, why do you break for Torah and for prayer and Shema? Because you're not this level that you're totally revealing it. You're not tied into Zohar and the light of the Eibishter, the total way like the Torah upon the Torah, like Rebbe Shimon ben Yochai was. But he says over there, and he was able to put this light of the heavens in the person when a person was being careful in saying Shema, when he was able to, I think what he's saying is that Rebbe Shimon was able to put this light, that Jew who totally like Rebbe Shimon bar Yochai was able to put this light of the Torah into the Shema and into the Tefillah, and that by this, therefore, if you're careful in it, you will reach this light and you will reach the level of like you're occupied for Torah like Rebbe Shimon bar Yochai. the sword inside, and we may say that the instructions in the empowerment for being careful in the reading of Shema and the prayer by Rabbi Shimon, whose Torah is his occupation, namely, that Rabbi Shimon, whose Torah is his occupation, infuses, he gives into his radiance and light, the radiance of the heaven, in the reading of Shema and prayer, and is drawn forth from the level of unity which is above and beyond division. That's where this light is coming from which through it is accomplished the union of the two aspects of service of God, the Torah drawing down from above below, and the prayer raising from below to above. So this is not now. Rebbe has another case, but yesh those there is to add that within the learning of Torah and his occupation itself, there are two manners of drawing down and raising up. It is known that the great Rabbi Rebbe Hillel's Abarich, regarding the Hasidus teachings of Tzemach Tzedek, and similarly regarding to our Rebbe's, that the saying of a Hasidic discourse is in a manner of divine presence, speaks from his throat, as it was given to him. So Rebbe's saying, we'll go over this outside, the Rebbe's saying over here that when the Rebbe gives over the Torah, God is just shining through him. But once that happens and you're discussing the Torah, then it's not that level. Then you have to when God is speaking through somebody, so you just listen. But once it's given down in this world, you can start asking and understanding how it works. That's what he's saying. There are two different levels. Okay. So he said regarding the teaching of Tzemach Tzedek when he would teach, similarly regarding all the Rebbe's, that the saying of a Hasidic discourse is in a manner of the divine presence speaks through his throat, as it was given at Sinai. That whereas with explanations and discussions about the discourse, even by the ones who delivered the discourse themselves, after the delivery of the discourse, which is not on the high level, meaning that it is that within the Torah itself there are two manners, drawing down from above to below. That's when he originally said it. He's just speaking God's words, as it were given at Sinai, and the raising from below to above, the explanation, discussion with the human mind. Similarly, to the general difference between Torah drawing down and the reading of a Shema and raising up. So the Rebbe is saying here, the Rebbe is explaining here, that once the tzaddik, when the tzaddik says something, that's like coming from above down. But once it's said and given to the world, then you have to study it and understand it and work it from below up. So he says, so therefore he says, that, okay. And this difference, this we're talking about. When the Rebbe gives them, says a mimer, God is speaking straight through him, through his mouth, and it's just Hashem speaking, basically. It's going through him. But once it's brought down into the world, then they can discuss it and see what it means. It's coming from the level of below up. So the Rebbe is saying this is the Rebbe's Makadish. This is also the same difference between Torah drawing down and the reading of a Shema and prayer raising up. So he's saying that similarly that you have these two different levels, and the second level is davening and stuff. That's like it explains over there. I think it talks about how the Tzemach Tzedek was discussing his own mimer and discussing different ideas in it and how it works. And he was saying that's a similar thing of the reading of Shema. So Rebbe's trying to just point out the thing here that by saying Shema and prayer in a real way and being very careful with it, it reaches us to even the highest levels. In the above, a spoken is connected also to another timely matter regarding the making of Siyum celebrations during the 9 days. Number 15, in addition to the general custom of making Siyum, and Siyum was that when you finish a certain portion in the Gemara or the Mishnah, you make a Siyum, you make a conclusion. We try and translate Siyum here, it doesn't. And that's during that we were supposed to finish and the person says some Torah and make a l'chaim, you eat something, and it's a happy thing because you're explaining something. You're explaining it's the joy of the Torah. You finish something special, That why do we do this? In order to, that says, in addition to the general custom of making siyums during the 9 days in order to increase the joy of the Torah, the commandment of Hashem are just and gladdens the heart, so that we're learning for joy for the completing of the Torah on Simchas Torah. There's all level of joy. And similarly, upon the completing of the tractate, when we saw a young rabbi completing his tractate, we made a festive meal for the rabbi. He brings it from Shabbos, from the Gemara. So we're supposed to do special stuff, including also the increasing in tzedakah, in the law of the Torah and in tzedakah, which hastens the redemption when you give more tzedakah. And the effort should be made, especially that this year in the making of the siyum should be in a matter of a vast nation glorified the King. There should be many Jews together, namely, to unite the many Jewish people to the joy of the completing of the Torah, including also the small children, not only the small in knowledge, but rather also the small in years, who are not capable of understanding, similarly to the theme of Erev Pesach, regarding to which it is a Jewish custom to bring also the very young firstborn. So in other words, he's saying that we should make this the siyumim for everybody. Amazing thing. And we should make it for all the little children, it's a special thing. And note that the siyum of Erev Pesach, when did we do this? Erev Pesach was, if you don't go by a siyum and you're not from the tribe of Levi, you're supposed to fast. So they make a siyum so you don't have to fast. So it says, and then note that the siyum of Erev Pesach is not merely an example, rather it is actually also related to the siyum of the 9 days. So this that we make on Pesach is related to the siyum of the 9 days. For the siyum of Erev Pesach is a preparation for the redemption of Pesach, and the siyums of the 9 days of preparation for the future redemption, which is which it says, as the days you left Egypt, I will show them wonders. That with extra emphasis this year, Hey Te Shin Nun Aleph 5751, the acronym for the words, it will be a year of that I will show them wonders, and we will stand on when we stand. It says when we stand on the threshold of redemption. Number 16, and it may be the will of Hashem, that the speaking and accepting of the good resolutions and all the above will hasten and bring actually the strength of the third base of Mikdash and the third redemption in a revealed way in the most literal sense. And simply that in addition to the fact that we have already finished all the details of the 42 travels in the desert of the nations, and in the time of Galus, and we are already standing on the Yarden Yerecho, right? We're standing by the Yarden on the other side of the Yarden. We're getting ready to go to Eretz Yisrael. On the other side of the Yarden of Yerecho, on the east side of it, and then we will cross the Yarden to the west and enter Eretz Yisrael. And in Eretz Yisrael itself, we will go to the west, to Yerushalayim, the holy city, and to the third base of Mikdash, until the Holy of Holies, in the west part of the base of Mikdash, in which there is the ark and the tablets and the luchos. And those who dwell in the dust, well, the Rebbe Rebbe's seeing his mind when he says this. He pictures this. He sees the tzaddikim. They see this. They see it says, and those who dwell in the dust will arise and sing, and Moshe and Aaron, and the ones whose yahrzeit is on Rosh Chodesh Menachim, which is Aaron, among them, and all the righteous and leaders of the Jewish people among them, and my revered father-in-law, the Rebbe, the leader of a generation, among them, together with the souls and bodies of all the Jewish people in this generation, with all our young and old, with all our sons and daughters, and each and every one of you, the Jewish people shall be collected. We'll all come, and everyone together will learn the new insights in the Torah that were revealed by me, by Hashem. And these are the words that Moshe, the first Redeemer, is connected to the last Redeemer, spoke to all the Jewish people. These specifically, he shows them with his finger and says these, action, open way, the revelation, and literally immediately. Amen. Yehi Adonenu Moreinu Venu Melech HaMashiach Li'olam Vaed.